Hello friends. In my previous video, I had presented the relationship between India and the northern parts of Iraq or Mesopotamia. And the idea that I had mentioned was something like this, that in 14th century BC, that is the year 1400 BC, the rulers of Iraq, the modern day Iraq, northern Iraq especially, worshipped Vedic gods. So essentially, in 14th century BC, we find that the rulers of Iraq were Vedic. And that's how we had tried to understand the relationship between India and the Middle East. In today's video, I'll move slightly eastward from northern Iraq and I'll cover one region which is called as Nippur. So the ancient city of Nippur is located somewhere here. So I'll cover that region and we'll try to see the archaeological evidences that have been found in Nippur. So let's have a look at the map of Nippur. So this here is Nippur. This is Babylon. This is Susa, Elam, Ur, all of these cities. And here you will find rivers like Tigris and Euphrates flowing. So this is that region Nippur. So University of Pennsylvania had conducted an expedition, an archaeological expedition in Nippur somewhere in the year 1888 and 1889. And then based on that expedition, they had come up with a book which they called as Aramaic incantation texts from Nippur. So in Nippur, they had found certain pots. So these pots looked something like this. So this is a typical pot here. So I have taken this image from Wikipedia. So this is a pot and you can see that quite a lot of incantation texts or what are called as mantras are written here. So the language is Aramaic. So that's why the name Aramaic incantation texts from Nippur. Now these pots were dated at 5th century BC at the least. So even if we follow a very conservative estimate, these pots belong to the time period of 500 BC. Now this expedition became so famous that a lot of authors have written research papers on these incantation texts of these pots. So here, for example, is one such research paper. The title of this research paper is Note on Angiros in Montgomery's Aramaic Incantation Texts from Nippur. So this is a research paper that is based on this book itself. If you will read this book, which describes the entire expedition in which these pots were found, you will find that some names here are definitely of Indian or Hindu origin. So in this research, for example, the author discusses the word Angiros or Angiras as it is called. And he goes on to say that this word Angiras has been found in one of the bowls here, one of the pots here. So here, for example, the author says that in view of the fact that certain Indian names certainly occur in these incantations, Hindu in number 24 and 40 and Hinduita in number 38. So you can see here that these incantation pots included two names at least of Indian origin. One was the name Hindu, the other was the name Hinduita, and then of course the name Angiros. So here you can see, when you read this research paper, you can quite clearly see that the word Hindu was existing through archaeological evidences in 500 BC. So in my previous video, I had shown that in 1400 BC, the rulers of northern Mesopotamia, of Syria, were Vedic, and in this video, based on archaeological evidences, we know that that ancient region of Nippur have archaeological evidences of the Hindu names. So you can see here that for over 900 years, between 1400 BC till 500 BC, you find that there are archaeological evidences which are spread throughout this region, which indicate that either the Vedic people or the people closely akin to the Hindus of India were living here. And at least in 1400 BC, these people were in power. And with this, I'll end this video. So in two videos, I have covered two regions of the Middle East where we get a clear indication based on archaeological records that the Vedic people or the Hindu people were prevalent in this region. Thanks again for watching.